श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा। श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा। श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा। प्राप्ति हो जहा होते। कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहा होते। कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहा होते। कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहा होते। पद्मा वाक्या चित्त से कोरिया क्या। पद्मा वाक्या चित्त से कोरिया क्या। धारणा कोरी हो मने आशा। श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जन बंधु। छाया
महाप्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया
एबे जास घुसुक त्रिभुवना
एबे जास घुसुक त्रिभुवना
एबे जास घुसुक त्रिभुवना
एबे जास घुसुक त्रिभुवना
आहा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया
महाप्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया
आहा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया
महाप्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया
आहा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया एबे जस घुसुक त्रिभुवना एबे जास घुसुक त्रिभुवना
Thank you very much, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, for playing a wonderful Guru Vandana. So today is the most auspicious day of the appearance day of Tamal Krishna Maharaj. So I was thinking that I should read my offering. My dear Srila Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances at the dusk of your divine lotus feet on this most auspicious day of your divine appearance. Your glorious life is very difficult to put in words. You have exhibited all the symptoms of a great surrender pure soul for the pleasure of the divine couple and dear Srila Prabhupada. Your glorious life has touched many conditioned souls while you were personally present here. It carries at the present moment and will continue eternally. Your unflinching faith in Guru and Krishna is obvious, totally unconditional and exemplary. At the bullock cart incidents in Vrindavan on the final days, I think, maybe a couple of days before the departure of dear Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada has a desire to go for the parikrama in the bullock cart. And there were two parties. One was leading by Lokanath Swami Maharaj. Another was Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Bhakti Charu Maharaj, who were the personal assistants at that time. And the party was thinking we should fulfill the desire of our Guru Maharaj. And we should learn from this so many things. And other party was thinking that his condition is so weak that if we take him in the bullock cart, he will not survive. So the tussle was going between the two groups, and the intimate associates, Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Bhakti Charu Maharaj, was requesting Srila Prabhupada not to go. So at that time, Srila Prabhupada mentioned to his god brother, Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj was there at that moment. So Prabhupada told Babaji Maharaj, see how much they love me. So also, I think it happened that Tamal Krishna Maharaj was sick in Mumbai, and they have to take him to the Zeslok hospital, one of the best hospital in Mumbai, to do some operation. And when Srila Prabhupada came to know Srila Prabhupada told Giriraj Swami, let's go in the jeep. That's the only vehicle they have at this time in Mumbai temple. So they said, drive fast. I don't want Tamal Krishna Maharaj to go through the operation. So they drive quickly, reach to the Jaslok hospital. But at that time, the operation was already done. So then Prabhupada went to see Tamal Krishna Maharaj. So at that time, Tamal Krishna Maharaj was sharing his dream while he was getting, after the operation was over. Then he was dreaming that Srila Prabhupada was giving the report to all the previous acharyas about the preaching activity, how it is going on, where Srila Prabhupada says that in the age of Kali, all these people are so much fallen. They can't perform any austerity. They can't be tolerant. They don't have any Vedic culture. No good quality at all in the people of this age. But in dream, to Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada says that they have one good qualification. And what is the good qualification? That they have faith in me and they do whatever I say to them. So then Tamal Krishna Maharaj looked upon Srila Prabhupada to see his response. And Srila Prabhupada agreed, yes, it is true. So we can see it in these circumstances, how much deeply those personalities remain attached to that spiritual master. One other incident I would like to share with you all, that one time Tamal Krishna Maharaj in about 97, 98 time, Tamal Krishna Maharaj has the root canal need to be done. So he asked me, do you know any good dentist? So I used to go with the Chinese dentist. So I say, Gurudev, I go to him and seems to be a good dentist. So Gurudev says, yes, take the appointment. So when we went there, it was like a, couple of, he has the rooms to see the patients and like that. And the one was office and one was the receptions area. So Gurudev always travel with the tape recorder or to listen the tapes of Prabhupada. And we can learn when we associate with those personality how organized they are. That always in that pouch, Gurudev used to carry the spare batteries. So in case the batteries run out, they can right away replace it. So I was thinking how thinking process in their mind, everything, they don't want to create any anxieties. So Gurudev talked to the dentist and then they finally went into the room where he is gonna work on it. So Gurudev mentioned to him that I do not want any local anesthesia. You can go ahead and work without the anesthesias. So the dentist said, for the normal tooth to do some repair work, that may be okay. But to do the root canal, I'll have to drive the pin in your jaws. That's totally unbearable. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj says, you don't worry. And doctor cannot even imagine that person can do the root canal without getting local anesthesias. So then finally, doctor says that, okay, that's what you desire. But whenever you feel the pain that you cannot bear, just nod your head and I will give you the anesthesia's local. And then right away, then Gurudev called me. I was sitting in the receptionist area. So Gurudev said, Syam Sundar, please bring my, tape player. So I bring the complete watch to him. He put the headphone over his ear and he started listening Prabhupada class. And I was just keep on watching, and I was so curious to know that how Gurudev can take that much pain. And the whole surgery went for an hour or whatever it took. And Srila Tamal Krishna Maharaj never shake his head that he is in pain. I witnessed myself, and it shows that how much they have faith and loving affection just by hearing the words of that spiritual master. Nothing can distract them. So on this auspicious day, we pray that maybe we can imbibe those qualities, that we also can become fixed on the words of our spiritual master. So many wonderful things we can see in the life of Tamal Krishna Maharaj. As I said earlier, it's very difficult to describe, but we will touch some points that he was the pioneer of everything. Whenever Prabhupada felt that it is impossible, then he will call upon Tamal Krishna Maharaj. And it is that incident where Prabhupada says that impossible is in a dictionaries of the fool. So when the Krishna book came out, George Harrison gave the donation to print the Krishna book, and it was printed in India. But at that time, there was a strike in India. So they can't bring it where the Pandal program was going. So there was anxiety, everybody tried, nobody succeeded. So then finally, Srila Prabhupada called Tamal Krishna Maharaj that I want to have my Krishna book from tomorrow onwards, whenever I have the Pandal program, or within 2-3 days. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj started talking to the State Department, whatever state they were in, all these authority one by one, office to office, to see that they can facilitate. Not succeeded. Then he went to the central government and office to office, try to find the right person who can facilitate. And finally, he got those books delivered to those Pandal programs. So when he reported to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada says, I know, Tamal, that in your dictionary, there is no word like impossible. And there are wonderful, wonderful Sankirtan movement also started with Tamal Krishna Maharaj. They have the Greyhound bus, and ultimately they have 25 of them carrying all the brahmacharis going around the USA. That happened when Tamal Krishna Maharaj was in India, and he was requesting Srila Prabhupada that I want to go back to USA. So Prabhupada asked him, what would you do going to US? And then Tamal Krishna Maharaj said that I would like to distribute the book Sankirtan Party. And we can see how glorious that Sankirtan Damodar Party was with Vishnu Swami Maharaj. And also, I never saw that, but I read that Tamal Krishna Maharaj also used to play a flute, and he used to carry the silver flute. And Vishnu Swami Maharaj was also used to play the flute. Both of them were musicians. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj was the most confidential advisor to Srila Prabhupada, who was sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Gurudev was like a Swarup Damodar in the life pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If anybody would like to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or talk to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they have to go through the Swarup Damodar Goswami. So I think in Prabhupada Lila, Tamal Krishna Maharaj played the role of Swarup Damodar, that everybody has to go through him. Other things, there was so many sannyasis that spoke so many wonderful things, that how he was able to carry out the mission of Srila Prabhupada so nicely. But also there is a humorous things that happen also. There one time in the early days, Srila Prabhupada was so with Garg Muni and Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and they were cooking the lunch. Garg Muni has to make the sabji, and Tamal Krishna Maharaj has to roll the chapatis. And they serve simple dishes at that time. And Prabhupada used to have the bell, that if he needs something more, he will ring the bell. So one day, Prabhupada shows to those intimate associates that they are beyond this material conception, material body. So they served the sabji and chapati. They were serving hot chapatis. And then Prabhupada ring the bell, bring me more. So they bring sabji and chapatis. Another bell come again, bring me chapatis, sabji little. Third time the bell rang, fourth time, fifth time, and they were thinking what happened to Srila Prabhupada, because he normally eat only few chapatis. But that day, Srila Prabhupada ate 22 chapatis. That was the record they have seen. So those personalities totally transcendental. Also, when I was sitting with Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he shared so many wonderful pastimes while I was in the Brooklyn temple. Maharaj shared with me for 2.5 hours. We were sitting in the room. And recently in Houston also, I spent 3-4 hours. And Maharaj was saying, so I would like to share the very humorous story. Radhanath Swami Maharaj said, Maharaj says so many detail, and one time I requested Maharaj that my memory is not sharp, can I record it? And Maharaj says, no, this is for just for you. Whatever you remember, that's it. So I don't remember which temple was it, but it was a Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Godbrother was the president, and he was managing the preaching activity and everything. And Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was the GBC for that area. So he visited. And first thing he said to the Godbrother presidents that I'm your servant. Please engage me in your manual service. Whatever you will tell me, I'll do for you. And then Radhanand Swami Maharaj says within one moment, then Tamal Krishna Maharaj says to the president, please carry my bag to my room. So that was the Tamal Krishna Maharaj, that one moment ago he was saying that he would like to do the manual service, but in a moment he said, can you please carry my bag to my room? And Radhanath Swami was, you know how Maharaj laughed, he just jumped her whole body. So even though we are so unqualified and worthless, Tamal Krishna Maharaj chose to shower your unlimited mercy on us, exhibiting your magnanimous nature. Every word you spoke was nectar. Every thought was about how to assist Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mission. Every step you took was to distribute the love of Godhead. And every action you performed was simply an act to please and glorify the divine couple, Srila Prabhupada and all the Vaishnavas. Your instructions have helped us to remain fixed in our devotional practice. Just by staying in your proximity while serving you, we have learned so many principles of devotional attitude. I will cherish eternally the love at every moment that you have given to me and my family. Every morning when I chant my rounds, I kept the Radha Krishna transcendental pastime picture that you gifted me. We cherish all your gifts. The going back to Godhead hand painting by my Chinese godbrother, you gave it me lovely to me. Your original pictures with the Dean at the SMU, your Brahmin thread, your desk and chair that you used to work, the writing pen, the chair that used to sit and take the prasadam. All these items always remind us of your presence in our lives. We recently visited Mayapur and Vrindavan, and all the memories we have with you come flooding back. I feel happy to report that the room that you are staying in His Grace Abhiram Prabhu's house, they have kept as your Bhajan Kutir. They have named this His Divine Grace Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Bhajan Kutir. Also, they have added more stories onto that building, and on the third floor, they have displayed all your belongings, harmonium, kartals, mrudangas, your bedding, your books, everything is there. Chanting 64 round in Vrindavan in your association has really helped mold my spiritual life. We visited those places that I visited with you, but we really missed you. We are only surviving with your mercy. And without you, this world is like desert and vacant without you. Tamal Krishna Maharaj was personally trained by Srila Prabhupada, and he took the training very seriously. With his extraordinary intelligence, he was able to assimilate, understand, and communicate nicely the training he received to his godbrothers and others. One of the Ayurvedic doctors said that person who has the mole on the right hand side of their forehead, they are the most intelligent. And we seen at the SMU that he graduated in 2.5 years, the BS degree with 4.0 GPA, which speak of his highly qualifications. And without doing the master, he was accepted at the Oxford University. So we are realizing now what you used to tell us, that we are not advanced enough to take your holy associations. You are the perfect master. Once Srila Prabhupada says, Tamal Krishna Maharaj is the foremost grand disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. I was just giving the report to Gurudev because we haven't had the Vyasa Puja for the in person. So today it would be in person. So I write something that 2.5 years ago, voluntarily I have passed on the authority to the next generation. His Grace Sarang Thakur Prabhu is the temple president and Mansi Ganga Mataji is the vice president. Both are working hard to maintain good standard and your legacy. Recently, we finished the Brahmachari ashram across the temple to accommodate 28 brahmacharis. I start my day waking up at 2:09 a.m., chanting with devotees on the Zoom call from 2:30 to 6:55 a.m. We hear the previous Acharya song with translation, and we read it from books one by one. During day, I chant more rounds, do gardening while chanting, listen to your and Srila Prabhupada class, and read other books. I sang the Mahamantra on harmonium for the pleasure of our home deities. So please bless me so that I can chant the pure name of the Krishna and totally absorbs in Krishna Kirtan. If you so desire, please bless me to build other 4-story apartment building across the temple and a hospice facility for the 2 devotees that also next to the Govinda's parking lot. The new management has been successful with Western preaching with Krishna House concept developed by His Grace Kalakant Prabhu. I lament now that I did not take up your offer to visit and stay in Vrindavan every year in Kartik and visit Cambridge. You offer me even one time when I was in India that Shamsundar, change your ticket. I will pay the difference, whatever it costs, but please come and see me. But some undescribable incidents or something, I didn't take up that. Also, one thing is that Gurudev, that I can still see that you are present in the life of all the disciples in Houston. And because of that mercy, even though you were not on this planet when we started the project, you were there, you approved the project. But really, the whole project happened in your absence. And I think the credit all goes to you because you have trained the family in such a way that we work cooperatively to please and deliver you the vision that you carry for the Houston Yatra. We are eternally grateful for your vision, guidance, instructions, and giving us a wonderful family to associate with it. Your most fallen and worthy servant, Shyam Sundar, Shyam Vallavi, Tulsi Priya Nil, and Jagannath. Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. So we just stick with our time. Sorry, I took 1 minute. But I thought that there is a lot of the things we can keep on sharing for many, many days. I was able to work under him for 10 years. And it was so wonderful that I can see his presence. So thank you very much. And I kindly urge all of you that please come. I'm going to escort Giriraj Swami Maharaj from the sannyasi house. That's the duty has been given to me. And bring it to the Gauranga Hall. And Maharaj has said that he will be on punctual time, 9:50 a.m. Maharaj said, I'll be ready. You can come and pick me up. So looking forward for your association. And I have no word to appreciate that in last 3 years, whatever the advancement I have made in journey for my chanting is all belongs to you all. Because without your support, I may be struggling today. Still I struggle. But still I can see now the glimpse of the light, the tunnel, that actually if I remain fixed, I will attain the goal by the mercy of all of you. So I will be eternally in debt to you all for your kindness to join every month. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So
One small
please,
request, Prabhu, before we close. Prabhu, you heard from
Hare
Radhanath Swami Maharaj and others about the Leela of Srila Prabhupada and Tamal Krishna Maharaj, but we don't have that
Yeah.
opportunity to hear through them. At least you heard whatever you remember. Can you please record and can post, Prabhu? At least we'll enjoy hearing through you.
Okay. I will try my best. Yeah, I will try to record and see that. Give me a little time because I have.
Then whenever it is possible, Prabhu, please, because we are fallen souls. We don't have that opportunity.
Yes. No, definitely I will put together something and I will post it on our Zoom call, WhatsApp group, definitely.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank you. Because of my nature, because I think I have to give the Sunday Feast class also, so I prepare nicely on June 17, 18, that time. And then I'm preparing my notes for the Japa retreat that we are gonna do with His Holiness Ramapat Swami Maharaj in Naperville, Chicago on July 4th weekend. So I will have to also prepare. So, but I will, after that, I think I will find the time and I'll put together and I'll record everything and I'll send it to you. That's my service to you all. Hare Krishna.